Hello again, and welcome back to Granny Dorothy Visits. Today's topic is be flexible with changes in your plans. And the first reading from Wayne Dyer's Everyday Wisdom. Having a plan isn't necessarily unhealthy, but falling in love with the plan is a real neurosis. Don't let your plan become bigger than you are. And from Julia Cameron's Blessings, the quote at the top of the page is from Theodore Roethke. In a dark time, the eye begins to see. And this is entitled, My Plans and Agendas Are Expanded and Corrected by the Universe. My life is blessed by grace, which acts with its own timing. In times of frustration, in times of fear, as loss and difficulty surround me, I release my plans and outcomes to the larger plans and outcomes unfolding for my benefit. Letting go of my insistence on immediate gratification, I relax into the better working out of details and dimensions hidden from my view. Affirming that all works for the good of all if I open to the grace of cooperation. I open my heart to God's timing, God's wisdom, God's working out of gentle benefits for all. And the last one from Richard Carlson's Don't Sweat the Small Stuff, and his is titled, Be Flexible with Changes in Your Plans. Once I get something in my mind, a plan, it can be tricky to let go of it and go with the flow. I was taught, and to some degree it's certainly true, that success or successfully completing a project requires perseverance. At the same time, however, inflexibility creates an enormous amount of inner stress and is often irritating and insensitive to other people. I like to do the majority of my writing in the wee hours of the morning. I might have the goal, in this book for example, to complete 1 or 2 strategies before anyone else in the house wakes up. But what happens if my 4-year-old wakes up early and walks upstairs to see me? My plans have certainly been altered, but how do I react? Or I might have the goal to go out for a run before going to the office. What happens if I get an emergency call from the office and I have to skip my run? There are countless potential examples for all of us. Times when our plans suddenly change. Something we thought was going to take place doesn't. Someone doesn't do what they said they would do. You make less money than you thought you would. Someone changes your plans without your consent. You have less time than previously planned. Something unexpected comes up, and on it goes. The question to ask yourself is, what's really important? We often use the excuse that it's natural to be frustrated when our plans change. That depends, however, on what your priorities are. Is it more important to stick to some rigid writing schedule or to be available to my 4-year-old? Is missing a 30-minute run worth getting upset over? The more general question is, what's more important, getting what I want and keeping my plans, or learning to go with the flow? Clearly, to become a more peaceful person, you must prioritize being flexible over rigidity most of the time. Obviously, there will be exceptions. I've also found it helpful to expect that a certain percentage of plans will change. If I make allowances in my mind for this inevitability, then when it happens I can say, here is one of those inevitabilities. You'll find that if you create the goal to become more flexible some wonderful things will begin to happen. You'll feel more relaxed, yet you won't sacrifice any productivity. You may even become more productive because you won't need to expend so much energy being upset and worried. I've learned to trust that I will keep my deadlines, achieve most of my goals, and honor my responsibilities despite the fact that I may have to alter my plans slightly or even completely. Finally, the people around you will be more relaxed too. They won't feel like they have to walk around on eggshells if, by some chance, your plans have to change. So it's a lot of good information as usual. I wish you all a wonderful day, and I send you my love. Bye for now.